Why has politics become so partisan? Whatever happened to the days when Republicans sometimes voted liberal and Democrats sometimes voted conservative, and the president could reach across party lines and get support from the other side to pass his programs? That was the case as recently as the Clinton era, where Clinton passed welfare reform with Republican votes, and had many of his balanced budget was passed with Republican votes over Democratic opposition in some cases. What's happened to that? Well, it's gone. Everybody now votes either as a Republican or as a Democrat, and you could count on the fingers of one hand the number that switch. And most of those that switch in the Senate or the House do it because their votes aren't needed. And the leader says, we're going to lose anyway on this one, feel free to vote for the other side. Or we're going to win anyway on this one, feel free to vote the other way so it can't be used against you as an issue. Most of those are phony votes. The number of real crossovers is very, very small. Probably less now than in the British Parliament, where it's treated as a great big rebellion when somebody votes against the party. What caused it? Well, the big cause is reapportionment. There used to be reapportionment where each state would draw its own boundaries, and whichever party was in power would try to dominate that process. Then in 2010, the Democrats and the Republicans got together and cut a deal in almost every state, where they said, let's take the seats that are Democrat and Republican and make them safe districts. And let's limit the number of districts that are swing to only a small number of the congressional districts in our state. So that in a typical state, you'll have 5 or 6 Democrats, 5 or 6 Republicans, and maybe 2 swing seats. In the whole United States, 435 members of Congress, there are only about 60 or 70 that by any stretch of the imagination could be considered swing seats, and really only about 30 or 40 that actually are. What that does is it means that no Democrat and no Republican congressman needs to worry about moving to the center to defeat the other party in a general election. Those swing voters in the center become irrelevant because Democrat and Republican never face each other in a tough race. On the other hand, all 435 congressmen have to fear a primary fight from within their own party. And a Republican, to avert a primary, will move to the right, and a Democrat, to avert a primary, will move to the left, because the primaries would traditionally be from the extreme left or extreme right. And as a result, they vote very extreme, very much the Liberal Party or the Conservative Party position. They don't stray from it. And if anything, they're more extreme than the party position is in their respective ideologies. And that's all because of reapportionment. The other reason, of course, is that there's a lot of national money, and increasingly candidates run not on money they raise, but money the party or political committees or labor unions or independent expenditures raise. And that money tends to be very partisan and very ideological, and if you don't toe the line, you miss out on the money. What's the solution? What California did. The voters passed an initiative there that said that in our congressional races, everybody runs in the same election. There are no party primaries. All the Democrats, all the Republicans, and all the independents run in the same election. The only difference is after their name, they put, just for identification purposes, what party they're from. And if nobody gets majority, there's a runoff between the top 2. Could be 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, 2 independents, or one of each, it doesn't matter. That forces the candidates in California to appeal to the voter in the middle. A conservative who faces, a Republican who faces a conservative primary might want to reach out to Democratic voters to bring them in to defeat his Republican rival. And similarly, a Democrat facing a leftist challenge might wish to reach out to Republican voters to defeat that challenge. And that encourages moderation and bipartisanship. And let's hope other states adopt it and it catches on. Thanks for watching.